Hi, it's Kirsty here. Thank you for joining me. This is a nice, simple, short practice where we'll be doing a little bit of yoga movement together and we will be using our chair. So, wherever you are, maybe you've had a busy day at the office, or if a chair is more accessible for you, we'll be using these poses to help relax our body, release any tension that we're holding, and hopefully release and complete that stress cycle and any emotions that we might be holding on to. So, whenever you're ready, grab yourself a comfortable chair and let's begin. I'm so excited to practice with you. So, begin by shuffling your bum forward so that you can place your feet onto the earth beneath you. And if that is tricky for you, you might like to grab something that you can rest your feet on to bring the surface up to you. I've got some yoga blocks here that I like to use. Alternatively, you can get some Tupperware boxes or some nice sturdy books. So feel free to pop those under your feet if they make it more accessible for you. And I just invite you to begin to take a moment just to perhaps take one hand to the belly and one hand to the lower back, and just to steady yourself and begin to just land into your body and just feel your way into this practice. Maybe you give your body some feedback, maybe give yourself a little hug. It's not often that we do this for ourselves, often we do it for other people. Now, just begin to relax into your body, maybe move your shoulders or anything else that just helps you to land into this moment. And I'll invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, or you might just like to find a single point of focus. Sitting up tall with a slight energy in the lower belly, just drawing in, pressing down into your feet, and let's bring our hands to our heart. And just press your fingers together lightly. And then now I invite you to begin to really press your hands together, really press into the fingertips, pressing your palms towards one another, and just notice how that feels. How does it feel? Can you find that connection? Can you find that tension? And then I invite you just to release that grip. Keep your hands together, but just really release that and try and create space in between your hands. So maybe you loosen that grip, maybe you widen your fingers. Can you really find space there? And just notice how that feels. Less of holding on, less of that tension and gripping. Instead, a softness, a spaciousness. And can you just allow that feeling of spaciousness to enter the rest of your body, to fill you up? Can you invite that feeling of spaciousness throughout your whole body now? And you can gently relax your hands wherever they feel most comfortable for you. So sitting up tall, your skull's in line with your lower back, and you can always give yourself a little feedback just to check in with yourself. Let's tuck the chin slightly and lengthen out the back of the neck. And then just begin to nod your head from side to side. Let's just do that 3 times just to begin to awaken our neck, the top of the spine. Last time. And then we're just going to move through a little cat-cow. So you can place your hands wherever's most comfortable for you, maybe on your knees, thighs, or on the side of the chair. And we're going to begin by drawing our chest through our arms. Our shoulders, the top of our arms are going to roll back. We're really going to try and arch into our back and broaden our chest. You can gaze straight ahead, or you can begin to lift the chin slightly. And then we're going to round through. So our belly button's going to pull towards our spine. We're really going to round through our upper back and drop our chin to chest. So just begin to move through these 2 poses now. And as you do, Can you begin to invite your breath in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth? Breathing through our nose is really beneficial for us for lots of reasons, but particularly because it helps our lungs to absorb more oxygen. Our nose purifies the air for us, moistens and heats the air so it's easy to absorb. And then just come back to a neutral seated position. We're going to take our arms out in front of us at about shoulder height, and you can bring your hands together here, however's most comfortable for you. We're going to create that energy in the lower belly, so we're going to pull that in towards our spine. We're going to sit up tall, and we're just going to use the midsection of our spine to twist from side to side. So let's begin to just twist our arms towards the left, and it doesn't matter how far the arms come across, we're just using that midsection of our spine here. Come back to center, and then let's go over to the opposite side. Let's do that 2 more times. Begin to bring in some mobility in the thoracic spine, and also working those oblique muscles in your core. Last time. Come back to center, release your hands. This time we're going to reach our left arm up, and just notice what happens to the body when you reach the arm up. How are you trying to compensate somewhere to get your arm higher? So if you struggle with mobility in the shoulder, just bring the arm down a little bit. It's far better to bring the arm down and not go as high with the arm than to overcompensate with the trunk and flare the ribs or arch the back. We're just going to keep everything in one line in the trunk, and we'll move the arm according to the mobility that we've got in the shoulder. So wherever that is for you, we're then going to twist over towards our right, and you can reach that left arm across your body, and you can take the right arm perhaps behind the chair or out behind you, and just really create a broadening in the chest now. Think about broadening your collarbones. And breathe in deep, slow breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Take 2 more breaths here. Sitting up tall, chin is neutral, tucked slightly. And then come back to center. We're going to pick up this left foot, and we're going to cross the ankle over the right thigh, so bottom of the right thigh just above the knee. Just allow your left knee to come out towards the side, so we're in a modified pigeon pose, but think about the rotation coming from the top of your leg, so your hip joint here. And you can hold here, or you might like to bring your hands, your fingers into your hip creases and just slightly lean forwards. You might find that that intensifies that. But then think about broadening your collarbones up. So we're still creating that space in the chest, as well as getting this external rotation in the hip joint here. Coming back to your breath, taking nice, deep, slow breaths. When I say a deep, slow breath, we're aiming for sort of slowing our breath down to inhaling for the count of 4 and exhaling for the count of 4. Gently come up. We're going to reach that left arm up now, twist towards the right, and you can take that left hand to that left foot and gently press against that there. So we're taking another gentle twist. And again, think about broadening your chest here, collarbones reaching up, nice open chest. Last round of breath. And then come back to center. Release that left leg down. You might just like to knock that left knee in towards the right leg, to take the foot out wide, knock the knee in. Maybe you like to swing the leg a little bit backwards and forwards, and then bring that foot back in. We're going to reach left arm up, reach up tall. Again, bring the arm forwards if you need to, and then we're going to reach over to the right side. But really think about lifting the left ribs up towards the sky so they're spinning up. And you can even use this right hand here down towards the left hip and draw all that skin up towards the ribs, maybe creating more space and a feeling of freedom here in this left side body. You can even drop that right ear down. That feels nice, a nice release. And don't worry about how far your arm's coming over. It's actually the elbow that will lead this. We're more concerned with spinning and puffing these left ribs up towards the sky. And take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then gently come up. Let's just take a little roll. Maybe you bring your elbows in and roll your shoulders back and forwards. Maybe you cross your arms and just gently roll in circles. Just freeing up all that soft tissue in the back body. And come back to center. And do that all on the other side now. So reaching our right arm up, we're going to twist towards the right, and then you can reach that right arm across your body. You can reach the left arm behind you or take hold of the back of the chair. Again, sitting up tall rather than slouching back. Reaching up through the crown of the head, chin is neutral. Broadening through your chest here, creating space. Lots of space in this area. Take one more breath. And coming back to center, we're going to lift up this right knee. We're going to cross right ankle over the left thigh. And again, you can take your hands into your hip joint so that you can begin to feel a gentle fold forwards. If this is enough for you, that is perfectly fine. If you move forwards, you might feel that more in your glute, in your right bum cheek, in the muscles there. You might feel that more in the hip flexors. Keep pressing down into that left foot. Keep broadening your chest. Keep it nice and open and free for today's practice. Creating all that space to breathe into. Our breath is such an amazing tool to help us complete any emotions that we're holding on to, help us to release tension and reduce stress. Gently rolling up, coming back to neutral, reaching our right arm up this time, twisting towards the left, and then just crossing across the body. Again, you can use that hand to press into the foot there and take a gentle twist, keeping that chest nice and free, and keeping that breath deep, slow, rhythmic breaths in through the nose, out through your nose or mouth. Really help to regulate our nervous system, to bring us more into that rest and relaxation state, that state where we're more creative, we're more full of love. Breathing in, maybe even sighing. Gently come back, release that right leg down. Again, you can knock the knee in. You maybe windscreen wipe it side to side. Just listen to your body and what it needs. Think about taking that movement from the top of your femur, so the top of that leg bone, and into that hip joint. Coming back to center, right arm reaches. We bend over to the left side this time. Again, breathing into this right side body. Think about puffing those right ribs up towards the sky. And then you can drop that left ear down if that feels good for you today. You can even take that left hand and just begin to move all that soft tissue down the side of the body, maybe creating more of a releasing, freeing feeling. All that tissue from the hip up towards the ribs. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Feeling of releasing, the shortening of the left side body, but this real expansion of the right side body. And then use this top arm to exit, to pull you up and take any little extra movements you need. Maybe you wiggle backwards and forwards, roll your shoulders. Maybe you take even bigger circles as though you're stirring a pot of soup, nice warm, comforting soup with your body. Really creating that freeing feeling. And then whenever you're ready, I'll invite you just to come back to a comfortable seated position. Just feel your feet pressing down into the surface beneath you. Really connect with that grounding feeling. Perhaps you close your eyes or soften your gaze. Your chin's neutral. And I'll just guide you through a short breathing practice to finish. So just begin to connect to your breath now. Just to notice your breath. How are you breathing? Can you use it as a window into how you're really feeling? Using our breath to guide us into a state of relaxation. We'll be breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. I'll be guiding you along the way. We'll be breathing in for the count of 4 and exhaling for the count of 4. So I'll invite you just to complete any breath that you might be holding on to, exhaling out. And we'll begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Belly expands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Belly falls. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, you're doing great. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going now at your own pace. Inhaling, exhaling. Slow, steady, rhythmic breaths. Inviting in that sense of relaxation, maybe peace, calm, spaciousness. Completing the last round of breath now. Completing your last round and then simply breathing naturally. And can you soften your jaw? Relax your shoulders. Allow the skin behind your ears to smooth over. Soften your cheekbones. Those little muscles around the outside edges of your eyes. Can you soften those? Relaxing your brow bone and just taking one last deep breath in, feeling all the way up. Belly expands up into the ribs, up into the chest, and exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me for this short stress buster yoga practice. I hope to practice with you again soon.